Oh, they're not going to let me play that, are they? YouTube's going to strike me down. I got busted listening to the monkeys. Where are we at? All right. All right. Making sure everything works here. I'm not going to let you see my beautiful face until it's time. It's kind of late out there on the East Coast. It's 8 o'clock here. I'm excited about this episode. It's our second one for the ASY TV podcast. Hang on, I'm going to get this screen off of here in a second. Once I figure out that we're live on everything, and yes, we are. This is too much fun. Holy crap. We're all having a party now. All right. Here we are. Yes. You know, one of these days, I'm going to figure out how to have like an intro. I run a television network. You think, I edit videos all day or films and TVs, shows, and you think by this point, we're 7 years into this thing. You think by this point, 2021, October already. It's my birthday month. I'm getting old, like I'm officially old this month. I don't want to tell you the numbers. Can you guys hear me out there? Everything's running. I'm going to keep asking that stuff probably for like the first 27 episodes. Like, is it working here? Is it working there? Because it's working here and it's working there. But if you can't hear me, then all of this is for naught. Naught. I'm going to be talking to my friend Garrett Coon. He's the host of Lost in America. He's been with ASY TV since literally the beginning of ASY TV. And we're going to bring here looking good. All right. Thank you, Terry Bell. He's the producer for Lockdown Living Room Comedy Show, the thing that Puppet started. And since he passed, Terry has kept it going. So thank you, Terry. Cool, man. I don't know I don't know the proper time. I was told not to do it on a Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. They said, don't do it. Just don't do it. So I, of course, rebelled, fixed my hair up a little bit. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. What are you going to do about it? I guess you're not going to watch. And that's fine. That's because these things get watched later. I've learned with the first one we did, we had like 1,000. No, it was 1,400 views on that thing. Probably because we were supposed to interview Stephen Piercy, who I talked to an hour before that. And then, he went off doing Stephen Piercy things. And I looked silly for about an hour and a half. Then we got a hold of him like right at the end, like an hour into it. And he said, let's do it another time. Rock stars, man. Rock stars. I know I was a wannabe rock star for many, many years. I've sang into many microphones on many stages, recorded many of song. And I get it, man. We're too cool for school. So anyways, I'm going to talk to Garrett from Lost in America a little bit. All kinds of stuff to cover today. We are raising ASY TV used to promote monthly events. We used to do like a chocolate and cheese expo. We used to do a chocolate and cheese festival. We used to do the metaphysical holistic expo. We used to do dog shows. We used to do health, love, and tacos. I mean, it was basically the same event every single month with a different theme on it. And I don't know why I'm talking with my hands so much. I don't normally do that, but that's going to be a thing from now on. So just deal with it, I guess. Choking on water. Anyway, we used to do these events every month, and we would raise, it would be like $5 to get in. All that money went to the charities. And we had some great events. We had some crappy events, and a lot of the vendor fees as well. We would sell vendors spots, and it was only like $40 to be a vendor, whatever. And most of that money would go to covering our overhead, and the rest would go to direct to families. I work with caseworkers all over town, and it's a bummer since COVID happened because we've not done one in a year and a half. So I guess there's something on here called Super Chat on the YouTube page, which I'm going to go check out right now. If you can donate a few bucks, that's cool. If you cannot, hey, trust me, guys, I'm in a very poor situation right now, having car trouble. I decided to do the silly thing of uh, paying a lot of things all at once. I said, you know, we're doing pretty good. Let's just cover a bunch of stuff, like bills and stuff, just for like months and months and months ahead of time. And I did that. And that's when the car broke down. And I'm one of those like not brilliant people who just I drive things. I'm not trying to impress people with my wheels, okay? I'm not I don't like the Fast and Furious franchise. Say that again 10 times fast. I'm not that guy who's trying to impress people with my car. So I drive things until the wheels falling off. And I think 3 of the wheels are off and the other one's dangling at this point. So um so I get being a little strapped on cash. Trust me. It's, you know, I'm not the big rich TV producer that everybody thinks I am, which I always think is hilarious when they think I'm just a rich man. It's not true. This is a very small business. We are the mom and pop shop of streaming television. So, when you subscribe and I get a notification on my phone every single time that you do, it goes bring, and that's a wonderful sound. Unfortunately, the Stripe system, the payment system that I go through is also very cruel because I also get that same sound when people cancel. And I don't know how to turn that off. I don't want to know you when you cancel because it just puts me in an automatically bad mood. Yes, I take this personally. It's not You're not supposed to take business this personally. I do. I'm learning from it. Maybe in a couple years I'll be calloused to the whole situation, but right now every time somebody cancels, it literally, I say the worst. It's like, you know, I'm such a calm, relaxed guy. And unless people are smoking in front of entrances or anywhere around me, or people drive like idiots or thump their crappy bass music outside my house. It's Those things upset me. But when somebody cancels, it's like, okay, guys, we are climbing Mount Everest right now, and you're kicking me down and throwing rocks at me from the top. Like, can you just not do it? It's $5 a month, people. And you, yes, you can follow these instructions right here. I'll get this right some point. Get ASY TV on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, or at ASY TV, ASYTV.com. It's only $5 a month, less than a cup of coffee that you probably got at Starbucks this morning. I know I did. It's 17 cents a day, people. I think you can afford that. I know I'm sitting here asking you to donate through super chats and memberships. We got all that kind of crap going on. And I know I'm asking you to subscribe, but at the same time, I'm not asking much. And once we get to a certain point with ASY TV, we're talking 10,000 subscribers. We're going to give a portion of that away, a percentage of that to these direct to family things. I don't like working with the big business charities, the ones that have CEOs that make 6 figures. I'm not a big fan of that. So we go through caseworkers all around this state, soon around the country, that say, hey, are you still doing those events? That's what they said to me. And I said, no, we haven't done one since I think we were the last event that happened before COVID shut everything down, when we did our 3rd annual Chocolate and Cheese Expo, the ASY TV Chocolate and Cheese Expo. Yeah. I'm not sick. I just literally, before I hit go live, I took a big swig of water, maybe a little too quick of a sip of water. And I've been choking on it ever since. So are we flashing here? Do we got like some kind of a thing going on? Is my camera not working very good? Whatever, man. We're going to figure this thing out. By the 100th episode, and we are going to do these every week, by the 100th episode, this thing's going to look like Steven Spielberg produced it. Promise you on that. But until then, and actually, no, it won't, because this is nothing I want to put that much effort into. Like, there's a computer here I'm talking on, and then there's another one here and another one here. And there's projects going on in these, and I'm constantly busy. So this is a promotional tool. This is me saying, go to ASY TV on Roku, find the app, most Amazon Fire models have it. Apple TV has it. It's definitely on ASYTV.com. And go there, spend $5, watch all of our shows. You could binge watch everything. And I promise you, these shows are only available on ASY TV. We've got household names like Stephen Piercy and Doc Gallows and the Bennetts, and just there's all kind of Heath and all these different people. We have a ton of stuff on there. And then we got our homegrown talent like Garrett, who I'm going to talk to in a minute, Chantel, Ricky, Eddie. Just there's so many amazing people here. I feel like I left something hanging. Anyways, the charity thing, yeah, we go through these caseworkers. They say, hey, we have a family that has this, and this, and they're legit families. They're not just, we're not raising money for people that don't actually need it. I know that's a touchy subject, but and we do this anonymously as well. That's why I go to the caseworkers. I made the mistakes of getting personally invested, and I've met some really just awful people that we raised a lot of money for, and they're like barnacles, like, give me more money. What do we do? We don't have any more money. We need more money. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me right now? That's, I gave you a check for $1,400. I covered all your bills for the month out of nowhere. Didn't ask anything in return. And now you're sitting here calling me asking for money. That was my mistake for handing them my card. Never again. Never again. So anyway, it's all anonymous. And at this point, it'll all come from you wherever you're listening to. I know we don't have a lot of people on it right now, and that's fine. No biggie, man. But we got a cool show and a lot of cool people, a lot of cool things to talk about. New stuff on ASY TV. I just uploaded, finally. This is like one of the best phones you can get right now, right? Like the 13. It's got like all the stuff, and it's got the camera, whatever. The computer I'm looking at right now is top of the line Mac product. Why is it? Why? Here, I'm going to get into some complaining real quick. Do you want some complaining? Anybody? You want to hear some good complaining? Okay. Why? Take a break from watching Gabby Petito stuff or watching AEW, whatever the hell you're doing. Listen to this. Just explain to me, please. Why? When I film things with this phone, and I do sometimes, like when I do these behind the scene deals, is it so hard to get this footage? There's a big smear mark on there. It's disgusting. Why is it so hard to get this onto that and then edit it? Tell me, somebody, please. This was a freaking nightmare. Terry, you're into film production. Do you ever do this? Do you ever have trouble doing this? It was a freaking nightmare. Like I got it on the computer. It took forever to airdrop it. And then it automatically put this big filter on it, which made everything too bright to even see. Then I figured out if I take the opacity down, like most of the way, it looked normal. So I finally got it up and got it done. What it is I rented a van for 4 days. I was filming the last episode of Moto Vixens up in Olympia, Washington. And I just said, you know what? I love van life. I love RV life. I love the whole concept of it. It just seems like so much fun. I want to do it for most of my remaining years. So I rented the van from Hertz. Had a big Hertz sticker on the side, which was kind of embarrassing, but whatever. And I drove to Olympia, 20 hours there nonstop. I think it actually took 22 hours. Yeah, ask him if there's an easier way to do it, because I'm really dumb when it comes to that stuff. But I filmed the whole thing on my phone, and the whole trip, we stopped at like Preston, Idaho, where on the way back where Napoleon Dynamite was filmed. It's just a cool little town. We stopped at Bacon in Boise, Idaho. We stopped, of course, we filmed the Moto Vixens episode at the track up there in Washington. It's just a fun time, sleeping in a van. I just wanted to do it, and I did it, and it was a good time, and it solidified my love for van life. So that whole film, it's about 55 minutes long, is the latest thing that I uploaded to ASY TV. It's in the behind the scenes channel. So if you go to ASY TV, you go to Roku, Amazon, Apple TV, asytv.com, and you look up behind ASY TV behind the scenes, boom, there it is. You can watch it there. And we have a new episode of my son's show. My son's 13, going on 14 this month as well. We're both Scorpio people. And we got to film at the new Meow Wolf here in Denver, which they're the mischievous daikons from Omega Mart in Las Vegas, but they also sell them. And I was bummed because I bought one of these in Vegas, but I gave it to Ricky from that Vegas show because we were filming her show there. And I gave it for her son, and then I watched it kind of just go away, like it was just leaving me, and I was really bummed that I didn't get one for myself. So they do sell these at the Denver location, Meow Wolf, the Convergence Station. That is going to be uploaded this weekend, and my son's got to do some voiceover work for it, and then the episode's done. So it's really such a cool place. If you've not been to Meow Wolf, they got one in Santa Fe. That's the original one, the House of Eternal Return, I think it's called. It's just a big house, and then you go to all these portals and dimensions and all these awesome things there. And then there's one in Vegas that they opened up, which is a supermarket, a grocery store. It has all these weird products. So I have a shelf like right there, which you could see. There's all this weird Meow Wolf stuff and these weird brands and everything, and you could buy them, and it's just so cool. Then you go to the portals, and it's just awesome. You can't really explain it. It's this Pee Wee's Playhouse on acid. It's an immersive art deal that you're living a video game basically, and you got to figure out clues and all this. It's so awesome. And then they just opened one up an hour away from me in Denver, which is awesome. And of course, we have to do the trifecta. We had to get all 3 locations, and we did. So the new one's called Convergence Station. It's a quantum like train station. It's not trains, but it's like a quantum station. You go to all these different worlds and all these different places. It's freaking mind-blowing, man. And my kid got to do that show. So we've filmed 3 different shows at the Meow Wolf in Santa Fe. We filmed once at Omega Mart in Vegas, and it won't be the last time because we're pretty close to Meow Wolf at this point. And then we just got to film my son's show. So we've been filming all kinds of Meow Wolf stuff. If you don't know what Meow Wolf is, go to meowwolf.com, MEOWWOLF, meowwolf.com. Check it out and go to the nearest location, or figure out how to go to all the locations. You definitely have to. Big thanks to Aaron Barnes for bringing us in. And I think we'll be filming there again actually really soon for yet another show. So I guess we can talk about that now. Man, I'm supposed to be in Florida right now. I'm a little upset about it. Schedules are just, we're supposed to be filming with Chelsea Green, but she's getting married and going through all these wedding plans, and she's getting booked like every weekend at different places. She's in Ring of Honor, NWA, and I'm talking about wrestling places, Impact Wrestling. She's everywhere. So I just saw her in Philadelphia a couple weeks ago, and we're set to do this Chelsea on the Beach show, and we'll probably have her on this show here in the next couple weeks. But I want to get some cameras going and rolling some film before we talk about it. And we're going to go out and just film Chelsea Green. If you don't know who Chelsea Green is, look her up. She's a very popular, probably one of the most popular female pro wrestlers in the world right now. So look her up. She's stunningly beautiful. She's one of the most awesome people that you'll ever want to meet. Just an infectious personality. Love her to death. And I can't wait to get going with her. But I'm supposed to be filming with her right now, as well as Evilise, who's another female pro wrestler. And we got a cooking show in Florida that we're supposed to be doing. We might be filming new episodes of Too Sweet with Ayana Cruz. It's been like 4 years since we filmed an episode with her. All kinds of stuff we're supposed to be doing right now, but it's just not happening because of scheduling. And that happens, you know. I'm not going to get upset about it. It's nothing why even get upset about it? I'm not upset at all, but it's frustrating because these are 4 new shows, like multiple episodes of these new shows that we should have done and in the can this week, and we're just not. So it's getting postponed. Winter's coming, and granted it's Florida, but you get what I'm saying here. We have to get on that ball immediately, especially with the beach show. We don't want to be filming a beach show in 50-degree weather. That's just not going to work, and I don't want to wait till next year. So we definitely have to get going. So I'm supposed to be in Florida. I got rescheduled. New York with Eddie. I just talked to him today, Eddie Finocchiaro with New York Ham. Another one that got rescheduled for other people scheduling. And it not Eddie, or, you know, it's so frustrating, man. It's just, you want to get these things done. You can, you're ready. You got your cameras, your bags are packed. And then things just don't work out for whatever reason. So does this happen with Netflix? Does Netflix have to deal with this shit? Or is it just me? Is it just me? I don't know who I'm talking. I'm talking to my Daikon. He says it's just me. Anyway, it's become a puppet show now. And at the end of the month, and this better not get scheduled or anything. We're going to be back in Vegas to film that Vegas show. We're going to be filming more with Stephen Piercy, doing some drag racing stuff. We're going to be filming another cooking show at the Beast, which is inside Area 15, which also holds Omega Mart Meow Wolf. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. And maybe finally getting our cooking show with Renee Paget, who's also formerly known as Renee Young. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do in Vegas. There's a lot of stuff to do in New York. There's a lot of stuff to do in Florida. Oh, I got to get it going. It's driving me crazy. So, and I've been home way too long. Like the last 2 months, I've only been in Philly, and that was for about 5 days. And I'm just, man, Terry, your wife watched the penis. Oh, the New York ham. I just saw the word like my wife and penis. So I didn't know what you were talking about there for a second. But I'm glad. Eddie Finocchiero with New York Ham, like I said, he's going to be on here in the next couple of weeks. He's doing his radio show right now called Ham Radio. Please check that out. Just another infectious personality, wonderful human being. I love him to death. So we have to get out there, have to get his face back on our cameras. And so much has changed since the last time I was in New York. That's like 2 years now, over 2 years. It's ridiculous that we haven't done an episode in 2 freaking years of New York Ham. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And I see Garrett Coon's having a little bit of trouble getting in. It says they will need to connect their mic and their camera before you can add them to the stream. Yeah, figure yourself out there, Garrett. You're the smartest person I know. So this is a live video thing. You know, it's not just a radio interview like I normally do. Anyway, let's see if Garrett, you know what, man, if I get stood up, and this isn't Garrett's fault, I can tell he's having issues, but if I say that I'm going to interview somebody for 2 weeks in a row and I don't get them, ooh, I'm just going to feel like a complete piece of, I'm going to feel like I got stood up at the prom 2 years in a row. Yeah, Garrett's having trouble. And that's okay. That's okay. I swear to God, 2 weeks in a row though. I mean, come on. Who am I do I smell bad? Is that what it is? Is it I don't think I do. I actually smell pretty good. It's a clean shirt. I wore it just for you guys. See, it's my my racing shirts that I had made. It's got the logo on there, you know. With the, oh, wrong side. This whole backwards thing is kicking my ass. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, there you go. That's a nice logo. I got a lady here in town that does these for me. We got a new episode of the Bennetts pretty soon, our 4th episode with Mike. And there's Garrett. I see him. What a smart guy. I love that guy. I want to bring him in after I talk about the Bennetts for a second. While I was in Philly filming some stuff for Ring of Honor, we got to work with Mike and Maria again. Maria Kanellis, you know her from pro wrestling. Mike Bennett, you know him from pro wrestling. Maria was on the. She's awesome. She's one of the smartest, most terrifying people I've ever met. And episode 4 with them in Philly is coming out pretty soon. And I accidentally shot that in like super 4K. So that's going to be an interesting experience. I get to learn how to do all of that crap. And after I get talking to Garrett here, I'm going to reveal the 10 locations. This many 10 locations of the new episode of the new season of Go There Eat That, which is the show that I host, where I travel the country eating food, getting fat. I told myself I'd lose about 40 pounds before I did another season, but we're going on like I haven't done an episode since COVID started, and it's time anyway. So I'm still chubby as shit. I still got about 35 of that to lose, and I just got to get it. So after I talk to Garrett, I'm going to go ahead and reveal the 10 cities that we're going to be filming at for Go There Eat That. And don't forget, if you're watching, you can super chat, donate what you can to these families that we're trying to help. And if you can't, you can't, but if you can, go ahead. We've never gotten a super chat on here before, so I don't know what it really is. I know it's a way for you to donate money. That's awesome, whatever. It's not for us, but anytime anybody super chats us or gets a membership, we're going to donate all of that directly to these families. And once again, before I talk to Garrett, there it is right there. Go on Roku, Amazon Fire. Most models of Amazon Fire. Amazon is a complete mess. Okay, let me tell you that right now. You think that this amazing company would have their stuff together? No, they don't. Like it's like my developer Mike Moore and myself. We're like in contact with the Amazon developers and all that stuff, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're on our network." Well, I have it in my living room, but my Amazon Fire Stick that I put in my kids' room doesn't have it. Like we're nowhere to be found on there. So we're on most Amazon Fire Stick models, whatever that means. How can you tell which one? I don't know. They don't know. So they're a complete mess and we're working on it. But we're also available on Apple TV and of course at ASYTV.com. $5 a month, 17 cents a day, less than the delicious breakfast burrito that I can no longer eat. But it really sounds good. What do you like on your breakfast burritos, Terry? Anybody? I like everything. Has to have jalapenos on it though. All right. What else? I got my plugs out of the way. I'll talk about the Go There Eat That book a little bit later. I'm going to talk about the Comic-Cons we got coming up later. But right now, let's get Garrett. Oh, where'd he go? Where'd Garrett go? His little face is gone. I guess I'll talk about the Comic-Cons now. Oh, there he is. All right. Never mind. There he is.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
That's my guy right there. I love this guy.
Love you too, buddy. It's been too long since I've seen your ugly mug.
Look at this cool background we get when I have a guest on there.
Why
can't I just always have that? It doesn't make any sense.
You got to make more friends, I guess. I don't know.
That must be it. I need a co-host so I can use this background. So what are you doing, man? What I see, is that the actual city skyline behind you of Seattle? Is that?
Oh, absolutely not. Anybody sensible would not want to live in Seattle if they're going to move to the Northwest. It's a nice place to visit. It's a cool city and all that, but parking is terrible. I'm too big of a human being to be comfortable in that kind of compact environment for too long. So plenty of wide open spaces around Seattle. I'm just actually down in Tacoma, but it's a pretty city. It is a pretty city. So we
isn't that funny? And that's something that we learned together, I think, when we made that first road trip and the subsequent road trips that we did afterwards. We learned that these cities are amazing, but in very small doses.
Yeah, I mean, they each have their own kind of pace and I mean, culture, kind of texture to the kind of folks that you're running into. Like that was one of the things that I tell everybody that I meet when I reflect on Detroit, for instance. I was not at all expecting it to be probably the most over and above board friendly city. I had multiple people coming up to me and just as you pass them on the street, making a very direct intent and like looking you in the eye. How are you doing today? Lovely day, isn't it? Just making it. I don't know if they're just like scoping you out to make sure that you're not looking to stab them. I don't know, but it was noticeable. And then in places like New York, if you don't, if you're not knowing what you're doing, then get the fuck out of the way. They got shit to do there.
I guess I didn't take you to some parts of Detroit. Some parts we're just not allowed to go.
Maybe those were the Canadians that had just crossed the bridge. I don't know. But it was something I took away from it.
But you don't like soggy bread, so I can't take you back.
Soggy bread. Who likes soggy bread?
You complained about the Lafayette Conies.
I complained. It was a texture more than anything. I wasn't used to that, like that snap thing.
That's a real hot dog.
Okay.
You didn't like White Castles.
Are you really supposed to like White Castle, or are you supposed to survive White Castle?
A little of each. It's the best thing in the world.
White Castle kicks the shit out of Crystals.
Okay,
I can say that.
I will definitely agree with you on that one.
We can all agree on that.
Let's talk about the first time we hopped into your Chevy Malibu, and I rented a car that first time, and I think it was a Chevy Malibu. To be honest with you,
that sounds right. Yeah.
We stopped. I mean, literally, we had a year's worth of adventure in 8 days.
That was a ridiculous first loop for sure. At that time I was still working an hourly job, a night job. So of course I wasn't off work until like 2:30 in the morning. So we took off in the middle of the night, early morning, and shot straight through to Wichita, Kansas. I think was our first stop.
Topeka, Kansas.
So I'm sorry, Topeka, Kansas. You're correct. To make sure that the Westboro Baptist got a nice salute.
We actually didn't flip them off.
Oh, I have the photographic evidence to prove.
Oh, well, no, yeah, that's right. We did take a picture. I was trying to. We had nothing planned really when we first booked that trip. We really had nothing planned as far as what shows we were going to film. I wanted to film the Angry Show, and you had a stupid little thing called This Land, which we literally pulled out of our ass. It wasn't stupid, but it was just a quick little 2-minute show.
It was an improvised, it was an improvised opportunity for me to cut a promo on the importance of the particular places that we were in.
It was actually kind of a precursor to Lost in America, if you ask me. But
yeah, absolutely.
I came up with Go There, Eat That because I started thinking, wow, I want to eat at all these places.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really want to have to pay for it. So I just started calling it. We called 8 restaurants. We got 8 restaurants. I called a lot more. But the first one we filmed at was in St. Louis at the Capitalist Pig.
Mm-hmm. Apparently they're no longer open. I've recently looked into that. Yeah. I looked into that because what a place, former ex-jail run by an ex-cop who had turned into an art proprietor and barbecue aficionado, obviously with a sense of humor. Really, really cool spot. It was the first place I ever got to try fatback.
Yeah, that was everything was very good there. I was so nervous.
Yeah.
We had to walk in there. Oh, dude, thank you, Terry, for doing a $5 super sticker. I don't even know what a super sticker is, but awesome. Thank you very much. We didn't know what we were doing, but we had to act like we did. We had a camera. Our camera was this big, and it is the same cameras that you probably held when you were filming. We met through pro wrestling. I had Asylum Championship Wrestling. You were training with us for a little bit, then ended up running camera a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And when I closed the doors to ACW Wrestling, I still had these cameras and these computers and the software, and I'm like, because my original plan was to do like an ACW network long before WWE Network, and we were gonna do we did this stupid little Ghost Fighter show with Buddha and Zane, and it was we did all these little goofy things, and I wanted to do travel shows with the wrestlers and have this whole nother thing featuring the wrestlers. I had all this talent. What am I gonna do? Use them for 3 hours a month? No, I want to do all this fun stuff with them. That's really how ASY TV got started, and it was originally going to be Asylum Network, but that was too dark for what we were doing, and it was taken already. So it's a big production company, Asylum Network. So I cut the word in half. Boom, ASY TV.
Mm-hmm.
But you were there before ASY TV. We've been friends for a decade now, probably longer. And actually, definitely longer. Maybe 12 years, whatever.
It'll be 12, 13, something like that. Yeah.
That's crazy. But you were
time flies when you're having fun, right?
And we've had some fun, but I just wanted to say thanks, man. You've been there since the beginning in this stupid little dream, dude. Hey, what's this Roku thing? We could have our own TV network. What? And it wasn't easy. It was a fight. Anybody out there that thinks they're just going to do it, you're not just going to do it. You can do it, but it's going to be you saw everything we went through, man. You saw those when we launched in 2015, those first 10 shows that we had, which were just brutally bad. I can't even I don't even know where they're at anymore. I've probably erased them, purged them from all the computers, whatever. They're gone forever. Thankfully, they're probably on YouTube somewhere. But
I mean, as I remember, it was the first production, the ice cream eating competition.
No, the first
one that I remember actually showing up to film. At least.
That was a show which was actually a fun concept. It was a tournament, an eating tournament, which, believe it or not, doesn't age well at this point. But it doesn't. It's oh, that's just dumb. You don't see Man versus Food anymore. You know what I mean?
It's because it nearly killed him,
right? And we nearly killed
and that's the gimmick. He turned it into a competition for other people. So.
Exactly. And I didn't even know he did that, and that's what we were doing, and we nearly killed all of them too. Well, we had people. The first thing we ever filmed was at Amy's Donuts in Colorado Springs, and it was a donut eating contest.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah.
between a guy named, we called him Quincy after David Edge, and Chris Fisher, who's they're both still friends, but they brought out like 50 glazed donuts, and I don't think they got through half of them, but it was just ridiculous. And but the show was called To the Last Bite, which I think is a great name. I love the
It is a good
concept.
name.
I just didn't know what the hell I was doing at all, but you have to fake it till you make it. And I
Hmm.
think, I'm not saying we've made it yet, but damn, if just in your opinion, because it, for me, it's like, it's gradual. You know what I mean? It's like watching your kid grow up. It's like, oh,
Hmm.
he doesn't look that much big until you look at an old picture. Like, with ASY TV, I look at old stuff that we did, or like old screenshots that I took, like, oh, look, we're launched, back in 2015.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, oh my God, like it's come so far. We've got household names, and the production's like way better. And it's making me wonder what it's going to be like. What's my kid going to look like in another 7 years, So in your opinion, as someone who's been there since the beginning, what, what is your opinion of this thing? Just watching it, kind of, because you're ASY TV's uncle.
Oh man, that
Your
melt my heart,
Uncle
bud.
Garrett. Uncle Garrett.
Uncle Garrett. That's amazing, man. Thank you so much for
Terry
that.
says Lost in America is an awesome show. I binged watched that a few months back. So
Hey Terry, thank you so much, man. We make it with love, and that's just what it is for me. Just like with you, it's been a project of love because I love you, buddy, and you're one of the most talented, hardworking, driven people that I know. And
go on.
hey, but I'm one of those people that uh, at the risk of sounding like too big picture, like I want to make this world a better place, and I want to surround myself with people who want to make the world a better place. And I think talented, creative people make this a more exciting, beautiful, wonderful place for everybody else. And you're one of those people in my life that I've seen has that inspiration propelling you to the extent that I'm able to help fan those flames, keep the fires burning, as it were. Hey, I'm happy to play my role. So to see the way that those early sparks, just learning how to use flint and steel, just like and make fire for the first time, to see it go from that to the point where, like you said, there are major names that are using this platform as a way to hopefully inspire other people, bring a little bit more joy to the world. Dude, it's calling me an uncle. That feels kind of appropriate. Man. I like it. I dig it. That's cool. Thank you.
Your Uncle G. Uncle G. I like Uncle
Hey,
G.
I'll be Uncle G. I'll be Uncle G. Uncle
Well,
Big G.
we scrapped this land because it didn't have legs. And then you started hosting something that I think did have legs, if you were still doing it, with Sign in Hand, which we just basically, it's the most raw thing. I think it was one of the original shows we did too. And
Yeah.
it was so raw, but I used that as an excuse to not put a whole lot of time into it, because I didn't know what to do with it. You know what I mean? It's kind of a very serious show. It's about the homeless.
Yeah.
You and I and one other person would get into a car, hit the streets here in Colorado Springs, and just find people flying signs, homeless people with signs in their hand. And that was really the only criteria we had. You would go talk to them and be like, hey, can we give you food and maybe a little bit of, nice, we gave out gift bags after a while, but and most of them said yes, and we'd just do like a 15-20 minute interview with them, find out why they're on the streets. What are tell me what your recollections of just doing that show, the nerves going up to these people that you must have been feeling, because I was nervous.
Mm.
It doesn't get any more real than that show.
Yeah. It's one of the coolest opportunities that I've had. Especially, I mean, through the network, one of the coolest opportunities that I've had to experience a perspective, that experience a series of perspectives, a whole slice of life that I'm, I'm a privileged white guy from the suburbs. I've been fortunate enough to grow up in a loving family that was relatively stable. We all have our demons and such, but relatively speaking, I had never had to experience living completely in the wilds of modern America. And one of the most revelatory things for me was the series of different scenarios that brings a person to that, whether uh, it's struggling to deal with substances to the point where their regular finances are unstable and they slip between the cracks of payments to the point where that's all they feel they have left, to people who are obviously dealing with mental issues that makes them more or less incapable of going about the regular daily business that the world today more or less requires you to do in order to keep a roof over your head and food in your in your fridge, to have a fridge. My God. But then the most surprising for me were the people that didn't necessarily seem to have either of those situations so much as this Huckleberry Finn sort of frontiersman wanting to just live off wanting to live on the fridges of society. Like, I'm talking about Bull, especially because he's just one of the most unique individuals that I'd gotten the opportunity to interact with.
That was a weird one because that was kind of a scary dude.
Oh yeah,
he had this tattoo of a lion across. He was just and he had his big dog Highway who was basically humping you through the entire interview. But he wanted to be a train hopper. He wanted to be on the streets. Mm-hmm. That's just the life he wanted. And we've come across
helping other brothers out.
Absolutely. We come across a lot of that where you kind of think twice about giving people money on the street now because mm-hmm. it's, I think we've done our part at this point.
Yeah. And in all honesty, that's one thing that I would take away is that if you're really wanting to try to help somebody that's in a situation like that, I'm not saying that there's never a situation where there's a person that needs $1, but 99 times out of 100, it's really just helping to reinforce whatever series of decisions and circumstances have led a person to that point.
Well, my favorite episode is when we put you on the street.
Shocker. I'm shocked that you look back fondly on my that was one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever done. I will be honest with you. That was way more uncomfortable than any of the interviews or any of the. That was the.
I wish we had the technology like a producer here to like put a little clip of that on the side of you standing on the street at the corner of a Walmart, like with a sign in your hand that said anything helps or whatever it said.
Yeah,
and it was, and I'm hiding in the bushes filming you because I didn't want it to, to be obvious that we're doing a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was kind of groundbreaking, and I think we both learned because you made some money that day.
I think I made about
$40 or something.
Everyone want to say like $40 plus a bunch of a bunch of food and care packets, like baggies that people had preloaded. Which, in all honesty, if you're wanting to help somebody, that's a pretty great way of going about it. If you know that you're living in an area where you have a lot of people that are purportedly homeless, that's something that you can fill it up with some granola bars, and maybe a pre-printed piece of paper that instructs them on how to find the local shelter. Something like that, because
there's people out there with part-time jobs that don't make $42 in a day. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And not to mention probably about $20 worth of food and drinks and water and Gatorades and all these different things. So, I mean, and you were only out there for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I know we time-lapsed it to make it seem a little longer because we really wanted people to think you were out there all day. But and you kind of were, but it just man, I learned a lot about every life in general just filming that with Sign in Hand show. But you kind of left that one. And Lauren, we did 3 episodes with Lauren. It's not really the same. She's a wonderful, wonderful person, and she does work with the homeless. That's why I kind of wanted her to fill that void since you moved away. But it just wasn't really. I don't know. You are you'll never admit this. but you are fantastic, dude. You are as good as anybody on any television show that hosts anything like what you do. You just, I know we're scratching each other's balls here, and it's fine. But at the same time, it's just you, dude. You got a great voice. You got a good look. You're smart as hell. You do the research, and like when we're filming the show that you do now, Lost in America, which by the way is one of my favorite shows to do because it's a run and gun show. It really is. We show up and 2 hours later, if that, we're done. It's interview based and we just go to cool places. We got to go to the Superstition Mountains. We got to go to the Pioneer Saloon, the Palo Duro Canyon. We've got to go to the Parthenon in Nashville. We got just there's so many cool things. We got to go to the Quinault Rainforest just a few months ago, about last year.
Satsop nuclear plant.
The abandoned nuclear power plant. I mean, and I'm forgetting a couple too, I'm sure, but the Atlanta prison farm, dude, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was nuts. That was a really, really cool location for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, we just get to go to these and sometimes they're hard to get to, like that Atlanta prison farm. Man, we walked through the woods for a good hour and a half before we even got there. But it's such a fun show, dude. We just get to go to cool places, we meet cool people. And then we just talk about whatever it is. And I would actually love to put more production into that and make it a longer show. Cause some of your shows are 20 minutes, whatever. But you're the kind of person that you could take over like Destination Exploration, whatever the shows are called. You could easily be that guy, the guy that talks like Kermit the Frog. What is it? Josh Gates or something. Today we're in, today we're going to Sesame Street. And that's, what I'm talking about. I like the guy. I love him, but he talks like Kermit the Frog. But
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yes, we're going to the rainforest today. Hi ho, and but you could be that guy. That's how talented.
Where everything is green. Yes.
It really was, dude. Before we talk about some of the episodes, what's your overall? What are your plans for this thing? Because it is your show. I'm just the guy that holds the camera and puts it together, but I want to know what your plans are for the future of Lost in America, because it's a show that we have to keep doing.
And I didn't move away because I, wanted to get some distance from you, buddy. Certainly not it. My family's here in the Northwest, and I've had this incredible opportunity to basically become my brother's right-hand man, helping him build a company that we're fortunate enough now is employing about 12 people full time. Give me a plug. Tell me all about it. It's called Swell Fruit Chews. If you happen to stop in Washington, we are an edibles company, a cannabis candy company. My brother created a style of candy that they're now called Swell Fruit Chews. They're kind of like a Starburst. A Starburst could have a baby with an airhead. So nice and soft and chewy, but they don't stick to your teeth. But long story short, we've been able to successfully grow that to the point where, like I said, we've got like about a dozen people whose lives are regularly being supported by our efforts, which is really, truly humbling. So that's taken the overwhelming majority of my focus for a good reason over the last several years. That being said, with Lost in America, man, it's a big, big continent. It's an incredibly wonderful opportunity to share my passion for history and research. And I love the opportunity, like I said earlier, to hopefully inspire a little bit of wonder. Because one of the things that I wanted to touch on, going back to with Sign in Hand, one of the biggest things I took away more broadly was how generous a society we actually live in. I mean, and maybe it was just reflective of Colorado Springs as a community. Maybe we would have had different results in a different area. However, I didn't think that I looked that desperate, relatively speaking. And in spite of all that, there were so many people that wanted to help. I think we live in a really, really wonderful place. And being able to share a bit of that wonder is something I hope to be able to do for as long as there are people that are willing to share in that process with me. So, dude,
is that your cat or my cat?
Oh, are you hearing that? All right.
I had to lock my cat up because she wouldn't shut up.
Yeah. No, we have like kind of a rescue cat that just like came with the house. So I think that she's. Oh, all right, yeah. The cat is being wrangled. But
Oh,
no, no.
this house has a
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
dishwasher. It comes with a fridge and a washer and dryer connections. Oh, there's a cat. There's a
couple cats, yeah, and a
couple
whole
cats.
menagerie of raccoons.
No
Yeah,
fun.
it's ridiculous.
One episode that we have to do, and it's a city that we went to, and it's one of my fondest memories with you. There's so many because we've been all over the country together several times. But the hanging out in Philly,
I really love Philly.
Was just, I mean, we're both history buffs, and we're both walking through Constitution, Square, whatever it's called. And we both snuck in to go see the Bill of Rights. And we did some shenanigans in that city. It was Gay Pride Week.
It was Gay Pride Week. It was Gay Pride Day, as a matter of fact, when we were in Philly, which I don't think that was planned, but it happened that we were in the city of brotherly love on Gay Pride Day.
And same with Washington, D.C., which we did the same day. Those two cities, we have to get Lost in America into those two cities and do 3 episodes in each city or something.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
There's so much to do there. But one of my fondest memories was just, I was there 2 weeks ago. Never try to recreate shit that you loved. I called you. Remember, I called you. I'm like, dude, why aren't you here? This isn't even near as fun. Everything's like closed and all the stuff I wanted to do. But then I found other things. I found like the Reading Terminal Market, which was incredible. Like, why didn't we know about this place? But just having a pint with you at the old ass pub that we went to, I'll never forget that. That's just one of those cool things, man. Cheersing, and we're sitting in this like however old pub, hundreds of year old pub, just drinking a beer. I don't even know if the beer was good. It didn't matter. It was just, and then the big monsoon that we had to walk through in Washington, D.C.
Literally.
Exactly. So we got to get back to those cities and have
oh my gosh, yeah.
And we got to recreate that. We got to recreate that first thing, man. It's coming up on that was 2014, dude. Or was it
I think
2015.
I think that that's without question something we need to do. I'd love to do a nice tour like Boston, Philly, DC. Hit several of those super historic Eastern Seaboard cities. That was a real treat for me. Just getting, as somebody who's lived my entire life in the Western U.S. and I've always had pretty big, wide open spaces, relatively close to my backyard. Getting to experience how kind of like the other half lives, at least in terms of the eastern half of the country. Just the density of the population, in the same way that moss is overgrowing everything out here in the mossy Northwest, like history is just thick everywhere you go. There's people everywhere you go, and there's stories everywhere you go out there. It was really, really eye-opening.
I really want to redo that trip now that we have Lost in America and just hit all of those places again, because we could do such a better job. We were just kind of, wide-eyed and excited and just kind of like, oh, look at what we're doing here. Oh my God, it's New York City. Oh my God, it's New Orleans. Oh my God. First time for me, and I think you as well, like for all these places. So it was just a really great experience, and we'll never recreate it, but we can have another adventure that resembles it. But back to Lost in America, out of the episodes we have done, give me your top 3.
Top 3 Lost in America? Oh, wow.
Not necessarily the finished product, but just the experience in itself.
Oh, the experience in itself. It's hard for me not to immediately just go back to the first one in the Superstition Mountains. It was just an unbelievably beautiful place, and I'll never forget the way that right as the sun was setting, right as it went below the horizon, like the entire the sky turned orange, and right then the wind changed and there was a coyote on the distance in like a Looney Tunes backdrop of an area. It was beautiful.
I didn't see any of it because I was looking for spiders. I didn't see any of it.
It was beautiful. I'll never forget it. Number 2, I honestly would probably say getting to share the Quinault rainforest with you. That was really, really special.
That's actually, I was a little bummed because I'm like, what are we doing? Like, okay, I didn't understand what you're getting at.
I had a concept.
I know that now. I was just like, we're just gonna walk around and look at trees. Like, what are you? This is really. I mean, I'm excited to go, but I had like a nuclear power plant set up, and I'm like, okay, now we're just gonna look at some trees. Whatever. It's Garrett's show. I'm gonna do the best damn job I can. I get to hang with my friend and go to a beautiful place. But now that watching it back, like besides the Atlanta prison farm, that's my favorite episode. Just because it was a lot of different stuff, you know, the cut down trees and the different locations and the world's biggest tree, you know, the spruce, whatever it is. I was like, wow, dude, this is like really, really a good episode. So if you're
thank you.
So
that's probably number two for me. But number three, if I had to say, it's going to be a toss up. Actually, it's either the prison farm or the Good Springs, Good Springs, Nevada. Just that's the straight out of the Old West saloon. That was just so cool. While at the same time, the prison farm was. I love going on a nice nature walk, and it was a really cool hike to get to that location. And then the location itself was just kind of surreal. So, hey, I cheat. I cheat. I'm sorry. I picked two of those things. So,
hang on for a second. I have to do a quick little. There we go. For some reason, my Wi-Fi hates this really nice computer I have here. It makes no sense. It's like, because $8,000 worth of computer stuff right here, and I'm like. Okay, it's get off the Wi-Fi, asshole. Like I just had to plug it in. So
anyway, for whatever reason, but my computer wasn't working with this. I'm having to do it on my phone. So
nothing worse than watching this back and it's like yeah, it's like the worst. So anyway, thank you, man, for being there from the beginning. Do you want to do this big reveal with me?
Big reveal.
I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you the 10 cities that we're going to be doing the next season of Go There Eat That at.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
You're a huge part of the history of Go There Eat That. You filmed, like, obviously the first 4 episodes at the first 8 locations. You filmed Terry, Joseph, are we like digital at all? For some reason, I don't know what's going on. It's really dumb Wi-Fi stuff. You know, Wi-Fi ruins everything. And I have like the best Wi-Fi with the best computer. Hello, what are we doing here? Like, it's plugged in now. Why am I even getting a Wi-Fi thing? It says connection is fairly good. If you're like, dude, shut up. Like, just shut up. Anyway, I'm going to give away the 10 places that we're going to go to. Now, some of these aren't cities. They're places. I mean, I guess they're all in cities. I'm going to give them from number 10, which I'm least excited about, all the way up into the ones I'm most excited about. Does that sound good?
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. Yeah, build up the anticipation.
All right, let's do like a top 10. Okay, so number 10, I'm going to do an episode called I'm Sorry, Ohio.
Okay.
I've never filmed anything in Ohio in the 7 years that we've been all over this country filming stuff.
Fair enough.
So we're going to do the new concept is more of an Anthony Bourdain type culture of the city type show. And we're going to do breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert in every single city that we do. But this one,
I like it.
This one, kind of like what we did in Vegas, the first time or the second time I went to Vegas. Yeah, with the first time I went with you. So basically, I think we're going to do Cincinnati, Cleveland, Columbus, and then maybe like Toledo. So we'll do 4 different cities and just make an episode out of that all in Ohio. The second one.
So the first of the 10 cities is Ohio.
All the cities in Ohio. So it's my apology to Ohio.
It's your apology to Ohio. I get it.
I'm sorry. I'm a Michigan guy, born and raised in Detroit. we literally look down on Ohio, so I have to make it up to Ohio. So
all right, okay.
So number 9, Denver. Believe it or not.
Oh,
I live an hour away. I just filmed the new episode of my kids show, the BB Oxmauser show, at the Meow Wolf in Denver. That's going to be out this week. And outside of that, we filmed at Sam's number 3, and we filmed an episode with Gigi in Denver, like years ago. Like in 2015, we filmed that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an hour away, and I've never filmed anything else there.
So Denver's cool.
We're gonna film at Meow Wolf again. They got a little cafe in there. We're gonna film there and just kind of do a quick walkthrough. We're gonna film at like Casa Bonita, which I love. We're gonna film at all these different cool places in Denver because I don't like Denver. I really hate Denver. I always have, and I just I'm not a fan. But we're gonna find the best parts of it to make Denver look absolutely amazing. So that's number 9.
Isn't Casa Bonita like recently purchased by Trey Parker and Matt Stone?
Yep. South Park owns Casa Bonita. How awesome is that?
Sweet.
It's awesome. The coolest thing ever. And I might even wait and hold that off until maybe we can get them on. I doubt it. They probably will never go there, but it's, one of those things.
They are, as two guys go, they're ones that I think would be inclined to respect guerrilla art production. So
who knows? That's how they started, man.
Who knows, right?
Whatever. So number 8, in Minnesota. I've never filmed anything in Minnesota, never been to Minnesota.
Cool.
So I think we'll like start just at the touristy stuff, the mall. I have no idea what we're going to do there. Prince at the Paisley Park place has a cafe there. So I promised our director for operations, Heather, that we'd do something with that. So I got to give them a call and hopefully they let us. But Minnesota would be, I don't even know what number we're on. Next, I want to do a cowboy adventure. I want to ride. I mean, we've done a cowboy adventure in Amarillo. We rode horses.
We did the Palo Duro.
Yeah, it was great with cowgirls and cowboys in the West. But I want to like literally camp out. I want a big bonfire. I want a barbecue. I want to ride horses. I want to play with dogs. I want the whole thing. I want to have a cowboy. I want to get up, it's kind of cowboy / farm.
Okay.
I kind of want to
you want the cowboy ranching experience.
Yeah, I want to like feed the chickens and get up and plow the fields and all that stuff, and just eat what they eat on the farm. I don't want to do it I just want to do it for one day. I don't want to do it every day.
I understand. I get it. Yeah, for sure.
Next, another place I've never been, Boston. Never been there. I can't believe we haven't been there. It makes no sense. I might do a whole New England thing because I've spent 0 time there. I've filmed nothing there. But Boston, anyway. Next would be I want to go back to New York City and spend some more time there. You and I filmed Katz's Deli there. I filmed at Katz's Deli since there for New York Ham. We filmed the whole New York Ham show there. It's a great show with Eddie. You and Eddie would love each other. And I just want to do like this style of show that we do now in New York City. So there it is.
Right on. Big Apple.
Next, I want to spend 24 hours at a Buc-ee's in Texas, the biggest one. I forgot what city it's in. I think it's on the outskirts of Dallas. You know what Buc-ee's is?
No, I'm not familiar.
It's a gas station, but it's enormous, and they have everything you need to live there, basically. They have like amazing restaurants, amazing food, snacks, the whole thing. It's like a culture. It's like the world's biggest gas station. It's crazy. So that's another one I want to do. Next, I want to go ahead and say Beale Street in Memphis.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe we haven't done Memphis.
I've done Memphis. I did the arcade.
I did not get to do Memphis with you. I couldn't believe we didn't do Memphis. We skipped right past Memphis on the way to Nashville on our first loop.
I mean, Lost in America, they got the hotel where Martin Luther King was shot. It's right next to the restaurant that we filmed at. We could do a Lost in America right there. You know what I mean? It'd be perfect. After that, Route 66, Malibu to Chicago, man, all the way down there. And it might be a 2-part episode, but we're going to stop at all the best restaurants in the way, all the little greasy spoons, all the little whatever.
Nice.
And make some awesome, I'll probably weigh 500 pounds by the end of that one, but it's whatever. Next, I've already got permission to do this, the Sunset Strip in Los Angeles.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, since we have been working with Stephen Piercy from Rat, we got unlimited access to the Rainbow Bar and Grill now, which is a place I've been trying to film there since I've had this show. And then there's all kinds of other stuff. We got the whiskey under our thumbnail. We got, the Pink Taco. We got all these different places I got to meet through, Stephen Piercy. So all you got to do is drop his name and, I'm in like Flynn, whatever. And the last episode that we're going to film, you ready for this one?
I don't know. Am I?
Go There Eat That is going to Alaska.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes,
Wow.
I want to be on a fishing vessel. I want to eat with a family in a small village that I already know. And I want to just see what's there because I have no idea. I want to go grocery shopping in Alaska. What the hell? How do you what is that? Like,
I
anyways,
envy you.
that's
That's one of the places that I haven't been to either, and kind of made a point of not getting up there because I'm worried I'd never want to leave. Like big mountains
I
and
got three
forests and
words for
such.
you on that though. It's called bring your ass.
I'm
So
pretty close by as the crow flies. So
yeah, you're not
yeah,
too
I
far
think I
away,
might have
man.
to join you.
I will stop. I'll pick you up in my van and we'll head up there. And then that's just that.
Driving up through British Columbia.
Yeah, why not? It's beautiful.
Okay, I think there's some ferries involved and stuff. It's
We could do
quite the drive.
we could do a Lost in Canada episode. It'll be fun. Cool, man.
Absolutely. Are you allowed in Canada?
Me?
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know what they'll find.
They'll find it all.
They always find stuff. But I can
They
tell
will.
you're getting a lot of foot traffic over there. Your dogs are barking, man. I gotta let you go. But I love you to death, man. I can't wait to get that camera back in your face.
Man, I love you too, bud. And I couldn't be more excited to see all the success that the network, that you and the network are having. And yeah, like you said, to see where it's come in just 7 years, it's going to be super exciting to be a part of the next. So
7 years.
Yeah,
Jesus,
time flies.
we can't stop now. Why bother?
No, absolutely not.
Stupid.
Absolutely not. We're just getting started.
Absolutely, man. And we kind of really are too. So there's some big stuff I'm going to talk about as soon as I let you go. So thanks
right,
again,
bud.
brother. And I'll talk to you soon, man.
Absolutely. I love you, man. Be safe. Take care. And thank you, everybody, for being a part of this and, making this crazy dream possible.
Absolutely, man. See you soon.
Hey.
I just cut him off mid-sentence. How rude is that? See, I wish I had that background. The background's gone. I want that background. I got to figure this thing out, man. It's called StreamYard. It's like Zoom, but it's not Zoom. Maybe it's not as good as Zoom. Actually cost more than Zoom. Anyway, that was Garrett, man. I love that guy. Another reason I'm probably going to be buying a van here pretty soon. Put a bed in the back, put a little desk with the computers and this, so I can edit on the road, film on the road, so I can go from Florida. I can go to North Carolina and film with Heath. I can go up to New York City. I can grab Garrett and make that trip around the country again without having to rent a car. We won't need hotels. We won't need anything. We'll just snuggle up in the back. I can go up to freaking Tacoma, Washington, and Seattle and all those different places up there. Go all the way down to California, hit Vegas, film all the shows there, hit Phoenix, hit the drink. Oh, we got shows in every corner of the country, man. I'm sick of flights. I'm sick of airports. I'm sick of rent-a-cars. I'm sick of hotel chains, unless, of course, they start sponsoring me. Did you hear that, Hertz? Did you hear that, Marriott? Yeah, we need some, we got some good stuff going on here. Let's put your name all over it. Anyway, love Garrett, man. And I can't wait to get back on the road with him. Some of the best times, not just with the ASY TV, but best times of my life have been next to that dude. And always good to talk to him. But yeah, those are the cities, man. Boston, New York City, Minneapolis. We're going to do a cowboy adventure. Or a farm. I think the farm thing is actually what I meant to write. And it's farm, cowboy. Is that the same thing? I don't know. I'm from Detroit, people. I don't know. Buc-ee's. We're going to spend 24 hours at Buc-ee's. The Sorry, Ohio episode, Beale Street, Sunset Strip, Route 66, Alaska, and Denver, man. That's going to be the next season of ASY TV's Go There, Eat That, where I just drive around the country getting fat. And I need to do some massive Weight Watchers before I head on the road with that. 2.0. Let me talk about that real quick. Mike Moore, our developer, who I'm going to have on this show here pretty soon, is working on it right now. What you see right now is really cool, man. ASY TV is really cool. We got a lot of great shows on there. It's easy to work. It's something you should definitely not cancel on, and it's something that you can get right here at am I doing it right? Nope. Roku, Amazon Fire, most models, Apple TV, ASYTV.com. Get it now. It's only $5. Quit being stingy. 17 cents a day, people. Come on. You can afford it. And it's you get a lot. You get a lot out of it. You're part of the family at that point. When you cancel, I say bad things about your whole family. So don't do that. Get it, keep it, support us. We need it. Like I said, we're a small business, we're a family-run business. We're the mom and pop shop of streaming television. You got your Walmart, which is Netflix. You got your Target, which is Hulu, and then you've got the shop down the street that serves farm fresh vegetables, and that's us, man. We're ASY TV. We're proud to be all of that, and we're not corporately owned. Every subscriber is desperately appreciated and desperately needed. Desperately appreciated. That's a weird thing to say, but it's true. It's very true. And we're going. I always say I'm going to do an hour. I'm already at an hour and 10 minutes, but I just do this. So, but 2.0, we're going to have live stream capabilities, so you can watch basically this on our live stream. You can watch pay-per-view, like first run movies from independent artists, and like Stephen Piercy's full whiskey concert's going to be on there. We already have a lot of stuff lined up, special events, things like that. It's going to be crazy. The whole look is going to be better. The whole feel is going to be better. You can just click on a channel and just watch it 24/7 like it's a cable channel. I can't wait, man. It's gonna look, feel, work better. Finally the website and the streaming channels right here. So all of this stuff will be connected to that. Because right now it's not. If you get ASY TV on Apple TV, yes, you can get it on Roku and Amazon Fire as well, but you can't watch it on the website. It's a separate entity, and I hate that. It's just something. It's just the way things are, man. Like I said, small business, struggling, doing our best. If you don't like it, cancel it. I whatever. I hate it when people cancel, but I get this all the time. Like, I signed up on my Roku and I can't watch it on the website. It's everywhere on your subscription process that says they're not connected. All you got to do is read a little bit. It's everywhere. Don't give money to somebody without reading everything. And it's not small, fine print at all. It's big letters. Go to the website, read. It'll help you out in the long run. So yeah, look forward to the 2.0 stuff. Look forward to Some C, the Super Ultra Mega Con, brought to you by ASY TV. Here in Colorado Springs will be the first one. We're going to do these all over the country. Cannot wait to get this thing rolling. June 18th and 19th of 2022, Colorado Springs Event Center. We got a lot of big names. We got a lot of big events. We got a lot of live entertainment, hundreds of vendors. It's going to be everything that you wanted a Comic-Con to be. And I promise you, it's worth a trip out here to go. If you're in Colorado, you're a lucky person. So get ready. Get ready for that, man. Every day I talk to people about bringing them in, bringing in their talents, bringing in their services or products, whatever they got. And I can't wait to open the doors on the 18th and experience this whole thing alongside you. And it's an undertaking. Trust me, it's a lot of work, like crazy work. And it's about to get even crazier. I had to put it in a flower pot because I didn't want to lose any of them. See all this? These are business cards from there's over 200 business cards in here, and I have to call and email and reach out to every single person in there and bring them to the event. I just can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Look up more information of that on asytv.com. And what else? Lastly, I'm just going to talk about the books, man. I wrote a book with my son called Billy Fred Whopper Goggles. It's available now on Amazon books or Amazon. Just go to Amazon, type in Billy Fred Whopper Goggles. And my son and I wrote this, as you can see, Brandon Bishop and Brandon Bishop Jr. I don't know why I called him Junior. I never really call him that. But we have two more books coming out. We have another book coming out called Chicken, Snake, and Chupacabra Cow. And then ASY TV has a book coming out for Go There, Eat That, with the 50 best places that we filmed at so far. Road Stories and Recommendations is what it's called. Go There, Eat That. And it's going to be out soon. It's got a lot of great pictures in there, a lot of memories. Oh, a lot of belching. And I hope you pick it up when it comes out. Trust me, we're going to do a lot of promotions for it. So when it does, you have to go ahead and give me even more money. We made $3 thanks to Terry. You're the best. You're the best, man. Thanks. I really appreciate it. I didn't think we'd get a whole lot of traffic on here because I didn't really advertise any guests or anything. We will be talking to Heath from Heath's House, or Heath House, and formerly known as Heath Slater. Chelsea Green's going to be on the show. Stephen Piercy still says he's going to be on the show. Everybody that's attached to ASY TV and all the people that are coming to ASY TV are going to be on the ASY TV podcast here live on YouTube and Facebook. But I think that's about it, man. I think my voice is getting a little, and I still got a little water. I've been choking on that first sip of water this entire hour and 14 minutes. So yeah, I think it's catching up to me. And I still got to do the Brandon Bishop podcast, which is my personal podcast, audio only. Get it on iTunes, Apple TV, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, whatever. Wherever podcasts are available, you can find the Brandon Bishop podcast. I'll be doing that one tomorrow if I can talk. So thank you guys for joining. Get ASY TV. You know how to do it. It's right here. Did we do it right? Yeah, did it right. Roku, Amazon Fire, most models, Apple TV, and ASYTV.com. Only $5, 17 cents a day, less than a cup of coffee, less than a delicious breakfast burrito that I've been thinking about ever since I mentioned it earlier. I know times are tough, but we keep it inexpensive for that reason. Lots of shows on there, and become part of the family, man. We're the grassroots movement in streaming television, the mom and pop shop. Like I said, be a part of the family, because we will treat you like a part of the family if you get ASY TV. Like I said, when I get that little ring and it says new subscriber, so-and-so just purchased ASY TV, I go, yes, you and I forever. We're going to rule the world. We're going to be here for 15 freaking years. And we're 150 years. And we're going to stay together. And then when I see the cancels, I just go, I don't want to do it. But thank you guys for watching. We will see you next time. And thank you for everybody who's swatches. Thank you to everybody who watches while we're not live, because that's when we get the most views. It's really weird. Have to figure out how to get a bigger live audience, because I think we just got Terry at this point. It's been an hour and 16 minutes. It's late. I get it. But thank you guys for watching. We will see you for episode 3 next week, and we will do a lot more advertising for that episode. So get ASY TV, and I'll see you next time.